Welcome back to the channel, guys. Thank you. Today we're back to some cultivating again. Appreciate everybody watching. Had a big night the other night. Had about 350 subscribers, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And you know, 350 don't sound like a whole lot, you know, for somebody that's got thousands and thousands of subscribers. They may not even notice it, or even millions. But for me, I notice it and I appreciate it, and I just want to say thank you and welcome, and thank you to everybody else that's been with us the whole time. We're going to do some cultivating. So on the Hastings, what I did the other day is I went up there and I did cultivate it again from what you guys have seen this year. But I am going to go back today and put a little fertilizer down on it. But that won't be the only thing we'll do. We're actually trying to do some of the Silver Queen also today. So we'll have a little bit of Silver Queen cultivating, a little bit of Hastings, and put some fertilizer down with it. And hopefully by tomorrow we'll be able to do a video on cultivating the Jimmy Red. Beautiful. It's, you know, it's not but 7 rows of it, and they're not too long of a rows, but man, it is 7 rows of nice corn. But having said that, we had us a, come on out here with me. We had us an intruder last night, and he broke one of the fence posts. So we need to unhook this, and we'll go down here to the crime scene and see if we can. This is all the fence post I had, so I'll just slide this one over a little bit. All right, guys, we got this post. Let's go down here and see. All right, we're back. So he broke this post off here. So we'll take that loose. I probably wouldn't have to have put a post here, but we'll do one anyway. So it looked to me like he jumped here. And he actually broke, no, I put this in here this morning. It looks like he jumped and hit this and landed right here, but I can't figure out the deal with this garlic right here. I mean, it just looks like it was ripped. There's no other tracks anywhere around here, none. This piece, that piece is the only track, that is the only track. That post was broke. I mean, so unless he hit it or something, or got mad at it because he was getting shocked at the electric fence, I don't know. Better make sure the rest of it's still up. Yeah, it still looks up. Garden's looking good, so that's one good thing. Let's get back across this fence. But I don't know what the deal is with the garlic plant. It just looks like he ripped it off and got mad at it. I don't know. 1, 2, the 3 rolls of green beans, 3.5 really. Coming on pretty good. I mentioned the other day that the okra was a little tight up in this area here, but it's actually starting to fill in. It must have needed just a little water. Must have been a little dry, but looking good and held them off. All right, guys, back at the shed. My angle this thing down just a little bit here. I wish these things are, I ain't gonna say wore out, but they don't hold an angle that long before I need to change them back. So we filled the fertilizer hopper up. We're gonna go put this on the Hastings. Put a little more fertilizer on it, and then we'll come back, and we won't, you know, we probably won't film a whole ton up there. We'll show you a little bit about it, and then we'll come back and do some on the Silver Queen. All right, guys, we're back at the Hastings. We got to put the chain drive on the fertilizer. I'm gonna tell you something. I probably shouldn't have filled that thing up near about full of fertilizer before I came up the road, man, because that hopper was just, I mean, it was flexing the plate on it. I said, "No, we won't do that no more. Next time we'll put it in when we get to the field." Here's the Hastings, guys. You can see, and this is kind of a love, well, I ain't gonna say love-hate relationship, but this is a worrisome deal this year. Let this car go by. It's, you know, we planted it in the fir, which I was scared it was planted too deep, and it turned out not to be. And then I was like, well, and you guys just seen a video a couple days ago, I was worried about cultivating covering it up, and it didn't. It really just kind of slid down in there natural. Well, as it turns out, it had a lot of pigweed on it, or not pigweed, nutgrass, and I was afraid I wouldn't be able to get into it this weekend, so I went ahead and quickly plowed it the day before yesterday. And those ridges, man, it made the difference on that nutgrass. It really tore it out. But anyway, it really tore out the nutgrass. So I'm kind of conflicted. I may like this, planting it down in there like that. It certainly helps with cultivating, but we got to get this thing on and get going here. The last few times I've done this, guys, I've gotten my hands all greasy. We're gonna have to try to fish my knife out with the clean hand. There we go. Now let's get under here and got our parking brake down, which is tractor in gear. Okay, guys. That's on, and hopefully we didn't get too greasy. Always some, get on you somewhere. All right, so let's cultivate a little bit. The skies are just looking like they could dump out any minute, so I don't know how far we'll get with this, but we'll see. All right, back at the house. Cultivated good. I guess, guys, I would have liked to have seen a little better stand in that Hastings. And sometimes I just don't get it, man. You'll see 2 or 3 stalks up this tall, good looking stalks. I don't know whether it started with the seed or what may have happened. But then you just run across a lot of what I call weak stalks. Splendid little things. And then of course you got your deer. And but all in all, you know, it's probably the whole field, if you had to count it as a whole, it's probably a 70-75% stand, which is well enough that I wasn't going to disc it and cut it back under and waste that seed. I'll get my, I didn't use but 2 quart bags of seeds on it, so I'll get my seed back out of it, and that's what counts. We're going to put a little fertilizer and cultivate the sweet corn for, I think this will be the 3rd time on it. And hindsight on 2020 on it, I might should have just disced the whole field under and replanted it like that, because I'm gonna get into a situation where I'm gonna have some that will eventually get too big for the tractor and some that's not too big for the tractor, and it's gonna be kind of up and down. But it may be turn out okay, because I thought about it the other day. The upper side of it's going to come in corn before the lower side, and that will give us a chance to pick through that upper side real good. And then of course obviously the lower side when it comes in, so that'll give us a little bit there. So we'll get that, and we'll see you in a minute. Well guys, my corn it reminds me of a like a little chicken, from the stage of being a little bitty chicken to getting its feathers fully grown. It's such an odd stage, man. I tell you, between the Hastings and the Silver Queen is kind of gets you a little ill at the deer. I mean, I keep seeing stalks chopped off in the top, and I actually still see some, looks like where a crow or something dug the whole stalk out of the ground and left a little hole. And I'm like, goodness gracious, this stuff is a month old and they still trying to get it out the ground. I'm telling you, it's something. But you know, I think I've never I think I'm gonna try something next year. Well, number one, I ain't gonna plant no corn in April no more. It's gonna be May 1st and up. But for one thing, it doesn't really matter if I try to get it out as early as possible. It's still got to fight the crows, and then I got to worry about frost. and you know, cold weather, cold. Maybe it's not frosting, but it's in the 50s, 40s, and so we're going. This Jimmy Red that I hope to plow tomorrow is really showed me something about planting corn in warmer weather. The way it came up, the way it just took, and it just, everything about it is just so much better than the Silver Queen here and even the Hastings. So, but I also think I may incorporate some oats. When I plow it this fall, I'm gonna broadcast some oats on this patch right here, and we're gonna try it on this patch. Man, I'm telling you, if you want a car to come down the road, all you gotta do is try to make a YouTube video. That's all you gotta do. There'll be trucks, cars, planes, space shuttles, missiles, everything. Everything that we got to offer will come down this road. I want to try some oats next year, and I think by waiting until May. So here I'm putting all this game plan ahead, and Lord willing, we're here next year. You know, we got a bad habit of saying, I'm gonna do this. We're going on vacation July, this fall, this fall. We got to remember, Lord willing, it'll happen. But anyway, we'll broadcast some oats, maybe put a little fertilizer on it, get them up a little thick, maybe put some on it in February, get them to growing a little bit, and then I'll disc them with the disc maybe mid-March, towards the end of March, maybe 1st of April. Get them dying and drying, and see if we can put some matter back in the soil. This little piece right here is tight. When I say it's tight, the soil's running together like a brick. It just don't have that organic matter in it to keep it softened up. Up at Sam's, where it's always had some organic matter, we put a bunch of stalks back in the soil every year. It's soft. I mean, it's just mellow and soft. This right here set out for the last 2.5 years, I believe, and it didn't have nothing but just mowed grass on it. And that ain't a whole, you know, your grass clippings ain't a whole lot of organic matter. So it's been running, it's running a little tight on us. So we'll do that. We'll try that on a few patches next year. May even have to move the garden around from where you see the guys this year. May even have to pick me up a new place altogether to put some stuff. If I have to, I may have to move my green beans to a situation where I have to run an electric fence with a solar charger. So we don't know it all. But it's been a good week. I get aggravated too, guys, on some of this garden stuff. These deers, man, I've always felt like if you kill a deer, you ought to eat it. That's one thing I told Ellie. And I've killed plenty of deer in my life. Don't get me wrong. I just hadn't done it in the last 5, 6, 7 years. But man, there was a part of me back there on that one roll. I believe I could have just, if he'd have been standing out in the field, I could have just dropped him and said, okay, buzzard food. I mean, how was that eel? And that's something I wouldn't want to do, because they are to be eat if you kill them. But anyway, what a note to end the video on, buzzard food. Hope y'all have a good week and a good day. These gardens get growing, and we'll get rolling. I'm gonna go pick a few heads of broccoli. I may put a little of that at the end of the video, just so you can see that this is a pretty big head. I should have got it the other day, but this done got like that. So we'll get it tonight and maybe have some broccoli. But anyway, God bless you. God loves you, and have a good day, a week, and we'll see you next time.
This ain't going to the front. This one. Cheap knife. It's not cheap like that. It's a case. This is paper much needed. I think I was at the time. Are you going to be that one? Get it.